Alright, so this is Space Quest 2, Vohaul's Revenge. So this was actually, I didn't actually realize this until I was just setting up the details here. This was released in 1987. So this is a pretty old game. I wouldn't say it holds up for its time, because it doesn't really. From what I remember from this one, it's extremely kind of like frustrating, and there's a lot of things you can miss in this game and then just get stuck completely. So to be honest, I can't remember a lot about what to do in this one, so this could be interesting. We could have some issues with this one, but we'll see how we go. The artwork for this is actually pretty cool. I've just downloaded the manual from GOG because I feel like there's probably going to be some copyright protection on this one. What they used to do with the old games is, because they didn't have like actual copyright software to put on the discs or anything, they basically would have some kind of code that you needed to progress in the game, and they'd hide it within the manual. So if you didn't have the physical manual, you couldn't progress. Obviously that doesn't really work in the internet era, but back in the day when it was released, usually you'd have like maybe a copy of the disc, but you wouldn't usually have a copy of the manual. So it was a relatively effective way to do copyright protection, as far as I can tell. But yeah, the manual's kind of cool. It's got like this comic going on in it. Looks super cool. Okay, so let me just quickly restart this so we can read it properly. The sound's kind of annoying in this. I'll leave it on for now. If it gets frustrating, we'll chuck some music on instead, because it's very beepy. Very, very beepy. Okay, so Space Quest, Chapter 2. Chapter 2. A bit of an Atari logo looking thing going on there. We have got Vohaul's Revenge, even though I don't believe Vohaul was... Well, okay, Vohaul was mentioned in the VGA remake, but not in the original EGA version. I don't think his name was actually mentioned, so it's kind of weird that it's like they've called it Vohaul's Revenge, and like if you played the first one, you're probably like, who the fuck is Vohaul? Haven't even heard of him before, so... As you will recall in our last chapter, you had just foiled the Saurians' fiendish plot to rule the galaxy by using the Star Generator as their weapon of destruction. You became a hero by saving countless lives and returning the Star Generator technology into safe hands. Life was beautiful. But heroes come and go, and people soon forget. Your celebrated herodom slowly fades, leaving you once again a janitor. The promotion to head janitor was no consolation, especially since you are the only member of the janitorial staff, nor was the transfer to Orbital Station 4. Sweating like a pork beast in a pressure suit while relocating space debris in zero gravity just wasn't your idea of a good time. Life sucks. Again. Okay, so here we are on the space station. Place Xenon Orbital Station 4. Jesus, this music sounds a bit sad. So as I said, this one's quite difficult. There's a lot of things you can miss and then just get completely stuck. There's a lot of bits that are just completely tedious to get through. So I might have to be a little bit cheaty with this one and consult a walkthrough every now and then, just to make sure we're not going to have to do tons and tons of backtracking, because that's just not going to be fun for anybody. It's not necessarily spoilers for me because I've played these a few times. I just kind of need a bit of a refresher on what to do. So we could choose a cool name here, but I think we're just going to go with Roger, because I mean, it's kind of weird that your name can change here when the kind of like hero of this whole series is supposed to be Roger Wilco. Can I put Roger Wilco in? Can't. So we're just going to go with his default name, because, you know, we want to keep it canon. Orbital Station 4 is one of many orbiting Xenon, your home planet. It is a transfer point for travelers seeking transportation to the various planets in the Xenon system. As we begin this chapter of our story, we find you, Roger Wilco, Ace Janitor, doing what you do best. Sweeping the ship with a broom out in space. That seems like it makes perfect sense to me. A beep emanates from your wristwatch. You release your grip on the broom. See you later, broom. Broom is gone forever. Broom floats away, never to be used again. That makes the third one this week. Wait till your boss finds out. Alright, so can move around. There is a way to increase the speed on this somehow. Okay, so what are we on at the moment? We're on normal. I think we'll go fast just so we can, yeah, speed this up a little bit. So this is going back to the old command-based games, which can be very tedious. If you saw my playthrough of Stories Untold, that's kind of just like the tip of the iceberg on how phrasing what you type in is very important, and you can spend a lot of time like knowing what you have to do but not getting the right words for it. These older ones are usually a bit more limited because they have a lot less dialogue that they actually understand. So we'll start by just doing a look around. You're working outside Xenon Orbital Station 4. This area hasn't been completed yet. You have been sent out here to remove construction debris and space dust. Alright. I guess we can try looking at our watch, because we did say that we had a watch on. Press F10 when done. Cool. Just look. You're staring at your wrist and apparently awaiting some divine guidance. Cool. So we'll try pressing some buttons, I suppose. Press H. Your horoscope for today. Keep up the good work. Today could bring that big promotion you think you deserve. Don't take any wooden buckazoids. Cool, thanks wristwatch. It's helpful. Press C. Ooh, a dude. Roger Wilco, get in here on the double. You've got a mess to clean up in our shuttle which just returned. One of the passengers got space stick on. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't even finished reading that, man. Let's just have a look at our watch again. I'm assuming that's not going to work now. Yep, it's not going to work. Well, that sucks. Guess we'll never know what he was going to say. Press T. Time. 11:26. AM or PM? That's the real question. Okay, so we'll get out of here. And we will walk up the walls. I do remember this from playing it. It was kind of cool at the time. It was like, holy shit, I can walk on walls. I'm like Spider-Man or something. So, I think we stand on here and then we can go inside. See what's going on in there. Stand by for decontamination. Awesome. I don't think this game has any music, so I think just to kind of make this not so quiet and boring, we will just put some music on in the background. Alright, what do we got? Look around. This is the airlock chamber. From here you can gain extravehicular access. Spare suits hang on the back wall, some lockers are mounted on the side wall. So, let's have a look at these lockers. That's my spare lockers. The lockers are all closed, there's nothing too interesting about them. Okay, open locker. Look in locker. You bravely peer into the locker to find a Rubik's Cube puzzle and your athletics supporter. So take all. Really? Okay. This is a good little example of how tedious these games can be. Change. Say what? Okay, another good example. Put on uniform. Maybe, I don't know if there's anything else in this. Look in suit. No. Oh, okay, so that's looking in my suit. Okay, it's probably alright. There's probably nothing in the suit, I hope. So we should be able to just go take all here. Cool. We'll just check our inventory. We have a supporter, we have a puzzle, we have a dialect translator, and an order form. Look at order form. What is this order form for? This is an order form you removed from a magazine for a free Labian Terror Beast mating whistle. It's ready to be mailed. Cool, so maybe somewhere down the line we can mail that. Get ourselves a whistle. Look at translator. Translator. The dialect translator is a small device. It is on. Very good, helpful. Look at puzzle. Cubic's Rube puzzle has made you look stupid more than usual. Look, what was the other thing we had? Look at supporter? Was that what it was called? This is your athletic supporter. Without close inspection, you notice it to be well used. Charming. Charming, Roger. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, it's a little station here with some peeps doing the work. About time you got in here, Roger Wilco. Head for the shuttle bay on the double. I'm warning you, you're on your last leg around here, bud. One more screw up in your history. He then orders the transportation officer to send you directly to the shuttle bay and nowhere else until the job has been completed. Well, let's just have a little look. Let's just have a little look, see while we pass through here. You are in the transportation control room of the orbital station. The room is abuzz with activity as technicians monitor XOS-4 operations. A pneumatics transport tube is accessible from the walkway above. And that is exactly where we're going to go. And we're going to jump in here and be taken wherever the hell we're supposed to go. To do some cleanup on a ship that's just arrived. So, let's check it out, see what we're dealing with here. Into the ship. You enter the shuttle and start sniffing around for the mess you must clean. You're surprised to find that the shuttle's not empty. There are two extremely ugly suckers walking towards you. Your protest is cut short as two interstellar ruffians proceed to thump you unconscious. Everything fades. Time passes. More time passes. A strange dream turns into the realization that you are being shaken and talked to by a voice unfamiliar to you. A dull ache triggers a distant memory of a scuffle in which you were the focal point. Upon awakening from your forced rest, it becomes quite apparent that you aren't in Kansas Xenon anymore. You find that you are being held upright and under physical restraint from both sides by, you guess, the galactic goons you met on the shuttle. As the eyes dial into focus, you make out an oddly disfigured being seated before you. A sagging mass of flesh that appears to have been human at one time, tubes and wires extend from his body, leading to machines which keep him alive. Suddenly, his visage stirs and he begins to speak. Go on then. Speak. Speak, sir. Well, well, did we have a nice nap? I thought we would have to resort to drastic measures to wake you. Oh well. Welcome to my humble fortress, Roger Wilco. The name's Vohaul, Sludge Vohaul. I was the genius behind the star generator when it was still in the concept stages. It was to be my ultimate war weapon until some sissy pants scientists decided it would be better used saving lives rather than destroying them. What a waste of technology. Excuse me if I sound bitter. Anyway, you ruined my Saurian operation. I was going to use the star generator to make Xenon pay for what they did to me. They were going to know my wrath in a big way. You somehow managed to change all that. Oh, I suppose I should have known better than to use those mental midget Saurians. That's not the point, however. You are responsible and you shall pay. Besides, I have another plan and you'll not be around to foil it. I have devised a plan so horrible, so frightening, so diabolical, that no one will be able to stop me. Observe my latest creation. I intend to infest your planet with thousands of these genetically engineered door-to-door life insurance salesmen. I will at last reap sweet revenge from the scientific community that mocked me. My plan was to kill you, but I've had a change of heart. Ha ha ha, get it? He peers down at the hoses protruding from his chest and connected to a life support system. Forgive me, I'm a kidder. I've decided I would get much more enjoyment watching you suffer. My associates will escort you to the surface of Labion, where you will perform many painful hours of manual labor in my mines. Be seeing you. An injection renders you unconscious. Your drugged carcass is loaded onto a shuttle. Upon arriving, you look through the viewing port to see Vohaul's massive asteroid fortress getting smaller. Oh, this doesn't seem good for us. Working in mines don't seem like my kind of style. being a janitor and all. After touching down on a giant landing platform, you are ushered to a hovercraft waiting to transport you to the mining site. Utter despair sets in. Well, this ain't good. This is not good at all. What are we going to do? Uh-oh. Oh, great. I suppose we're out of fuel. Way to go, golf breath. Don't blame me. It was your turn to fill up. You're always forgetting to do it. Wait till the master finds out. You're in big trouble. Hey, don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me that way, you slime bucket. I filled it last time, Dip. The argument between the two guards is cut short as gravity reasserts itself. Good thing that guard broke your fall. He doesn't look too happy about it though. Yep, he looks a bit dead. Let's have a look at him. Look at guard. The guard appears to be less thick than you remember him. Many of his formerly contained body fluids seem to be at large. Damn, that sounds painful. Look around. You seem to be in a rather exotic forest. The growth here is unlike anything you are used to. On the ground lies the wreckage of the hovercraft you crashed in. Nearby are the bodies of your former captors. Okay, so quickly, we'll quickly save here. Yeah, so this game is very unforgiving. I mean, this series in general is unforgiving, but this one is worse than I think most of the other ones from memory. So there's like a little beeping noise you can probably hear, which I believe hovercraft. The hovercraft has been reduced to a mound of twisted wreckage. Everything that was straight is bent. Everything that was bent is benter. There appears to be no salvageable parts. So I'm pretty sure there's like that beeping is like a stress call kind of thing. I don't know how you find that out though. Look at controls maybe? Look at panel. Look at guard. I've already looked at that one. The guard's body has been fatally damaged by the fall. Okay, so we'll just leave it for now, but I'm pretty sure if we don't stop that beeping, we get killed. But I don't actually know how to do that. I'll try searching the guard. You search the grotesque body and find a small thin magnetic card. It looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one in the past somewhere. Take key card. Okay, done. Maybe if we search the craft, maybe that'll work. Okay, so we've already what have we got? Everything inside is twisted and bent. You do notice a button with a flashing light next to it. It seems to be emitting a high-pitched beep. So we're going to push that button because, as far as I remember, that is a distress call and other guards will show up and murder us. You press the button, the light goes dark, and you no longer notice the high-pitched beep. Very good. Now can we search this guard as well? That's the question. Gurard. We don't want to search the Gurard. We want to search the guard. Search the grotesque body and find nothing. Okay, well that's cool. Okay, so I don't actually remember a lot about this game. I do remember there's one piece of this area. Foliage here is much too dense for you to pass through. Okay. There's one bit which is pretty early in the game, which is really frustrating. You've basically got to like pilot through this maze of vines. Suddenly, from somewhere to the east, you hear a twang followed by a high-pitched shriek. The east. So maybe we should go to the east. Fuck it, we'll go this way first. What the hell is that up there? Look around. Always look around. That's my tip for these kind of games. First thing you should do when you enter a screen, which I didn't actually do on the last screen, but you should always look around. It gives you kind of like a vague amount of information about your surroundings, and then you can kind of use stuff from that to discern more The thing with these games is there's usually a lot of items you have to collect, and they're not obvious at all because all the graphics kind of look the same. So the only way to actually know what you can interact with is to kind of use these commands. So what have we got? This is another clearing in the otherwise heavily wooded area of the forest. There is a plateau near the back. So we will look at the plateau. Plateau. So you spell it? Plateau. It is like the other areas, only raised a little. A mailbox sits up there. Okay, so we've got a mailbox up there, which we could probably interact with. There seem to be some weird little orbs on the ground here. Look at ground. The ground looks like everywhere else, with the exception of some growths which look like spores or pods. So check those out. You need to be closer. Okay, so I actually remember from this that if you touch those you die, so just save it quickly. So we don't want to... oh fuck. You seem to have kicked one of the strange little spores. Not good. Yeah, I did. Your kick caused some spores to open and spray a fine powder into the air. As a result, you're paralyzed from head to toe, unable to move a single muscle. Oh, actually no, we're not dead. Sorry. We are paralyzed, so we can actually recover from this. We just have to wait a little bit. I do remember this, actually. I think we can actually go to speed and put the speed up to make it a bit quicker. We will need to take some of these spores though. They come in handy later on at some point. Fortunately, the paralysis wears off and you seem to be back to normal. Cool. So, go back to our normal speed and we will take spores. You take possession of one of the spores, being careful not to mistakenly break it open. That is a good idea, Roger. A very good idea. Okay. Let's see what we got up here. Oh god, okay, so this is the bit I remember. So basically this bit here, you have to get through, it's basically a maze. You have to walk through this area without touching any of the blue tentacles. If you touch them, you die. And as you can see, the gaps are extremely small, and it is extremely hard and frustrating, this bit. This game, kind of people who know this series will know this bit as being probably the worst kind of like design decision in like the gameplay ever, because it's unnecessarily frustrating. We're not going to attempt that just yet. We'll come back to that because I really hate doing that bit. We will check out this mailbox first. We'll look around here first actually, because we didn't look around this area. You are in a strange looking stand of woods. Okay, so I guess there's not too much to interact with here. So we'll head up the hill. You hear something. It sounds not unlike the hovercraft you wrecked in. Okay, so I believe they come back to try and get you. If I hide here, I think I might be alright. Yeah. Phew! That was a tense moment. Vohaul's thug failed to spot you and is off to search somewhere else. So a little thing in these kind of games that are done in this kind of perspective, usually the logic is if you can't see your character, then nothing else in the game can see your character. Usually. It's just a little thing to keep in mind. Okay, what do we got? We have got a mailbox. Look at mailbox. The mailbox looks typical for a mailbox. There is a slot, a tray, and a sign. What does the sign say? That does not appear to be here to view. Well, you just told me it was there, so maybe read sign. The sign says Radical Express, when it totally, no doubt for sure, has to be there a while previously. That kind of mailbox would be pretty handy in the real world, actually, to be honest. Okay, so we will send our... drop the order form into the mailbox. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while, then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent. So we will take objects. Okay, look at whistle, which is what we picked up. The whistle is usual looking. Very good. I don't think we need to go this way yet from memory, so we will just head back. I don't really want to do that maze just yet because I hate that maze so much. So we'll just pop back down here and see if there's anything else we've missed. What do we got? Some crazy looking mushrooms. I'm pretty sure these kill you. I'm pretty sure pretty much everything in this game kills you. Aside from their enormous size, they appear to be your average garden variety mushrooms. But not that average. Because they eat ya. They eat ya. Holy jeez boy, that mushroom thing sucked you clean up. You can't move a muscle nor see a speck of light. You begin feeling waves of tingling, warmth, and moisture. Suddenly, it's not so bad in here. Wow, check out the colors, dude. Your body and mind enjoy the short-lived buzz that is a side effect of the lethal poison you now marinate in. You are oblivious to the end. Not a bad way to go, actually. But it sure is early in the game. I had high hopes for you. They said, who? Roger Wilco? Not a chance. That chump won't last 20 minutes. I said, no way, Roger Wilco isn't that lame. So, anyway, don't make me look stupid too. Well, it's a bit too late for that, because we died a lot already. So, we're going to have to go up here, and we're going to have to attempt that maze, which I'm not happy about, I will say. Okay, so, first things first, we save. And then there's also a little trick you can do with this. You can change the speed to slow, so you walk a lot slower. It definitely helps, but it's still a pain in the ass to do this. Yep, see, look, there we go, I'm already dead. You will notice this is probably going to take a little while. We'll just save with the speed on slow, so it's a little bit quicker. You just have to take this so fucking slowly. It is ridiculous. Nope, we did. This weird looking brain thing comes and eats us alive. And that is the end of Roger. You've succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms, and it looks like you'll get to examine it up close and personal. The giant root-looking thing is giving you a guided tour of its digestive system. What you experience next is too horrible to describe. Let's just say that you die as a result. You're dead, trust me. Well, shit. It may please you to know that during the night you didn't digest well. For a while, gastric distress made extremely unpopular with the other root monsters. I guess that's some kind of consolation. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. Okay, so we've done alright here actually. This didn't take too long. I think just using the slowdown thing is definitely a lot better. I think we have to actually get back though is the other thing. Because the only reason we come up here is to pick some of these berries, I believe. You are in another clearing in the forest. This one seems to be occupied by a type of growth you are not familiar with. See, now the weird thing here, right, is you'd think when we do the look around command, it would tell you about the berries that you're supposed to pick, but it doesn't even make any mention of them. So you actually have to be like, you have to look at that bush and go, okay, this bush looks different than the other ones we've seen, so we should probably inspect it. All the bushes look the same, except for one at the far end of the clearing, which has small berries growing on it. Okay, so we'll grab some of these berries. Because if you know these games, you should just be grabbing everything that isn't tied down. You snag some of the, what the fuck is that word? Odoriferous Odoriferous red berries.
Odoriferous.
That is a weird word. I have never seen that word in my life. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else to do up here. So basically we have to head back.